Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Episode 30 deals with food. An ascetic lives deep inside a forest and in penance, leads a very frugal life and eats food which is offered to him while begging. The king of the kingdom comes to the ashram and visits this ascetic and invites him to come to his kingdom. The ascetic refuses to come, but persistent request by the king forced him to go out of his forest and go into the kingdom. The king offered him a very elaborated, celebrated lunch, which the ascetic refused again, but he was compelled by the king to take. Out of compulsion, the ascetic eats the food. As he was washing his hands after the meal, he finds a beautiful pearl necklace. It tempts him to steal. He takes that necklace, puts it in his kamandalu, and returns to his ashram in the evening. The queen by then complains to the king that she has lost her necklace. The king summons his servants and starts interrogating them to extract the truth. None came out to say that they have done the crime and therefore they had to suffer a harsh punishment. Meanwhile, the ascetic who returns back to the ashram mulls over the matter and finds what went wrong for me to do this crime. Being an ascetic, he could vomit the food consumed by him intact out. Once he has vomited the food, he was back to normal and he felt ashamed and guilty for having performed this act of theft. So, walks back to the kingdom to meet the king. Meanwhile, the king was inquiring the servants. The ascetic clarified to the king that none of them can give you any information of truth because none of them are guilty. It is me who has stolen the necklace. Take it back. The king was astonished and baffled. Yet, very gently, he puts a question to the ascetic. How could you do this? For which the ascetic shot back with a question to the king. Please clarify me truthfully. Can you confirm that the rice in your granary has been obtained through a righteous means? The king confessed, no, it is not. He conceded the fact that it has not been obtained in a righteous manner. The ascetic replied, look here, it's your rice, which has not been obtained in a truthful manner, in a proper manner, and obtained in an unlawful, illegal way, which has influenced my mind to commit this act of theft. Cautions the king, O king, I have consumed it only once. I am worried you people are consuming it day in and day out. What dharma can provide in this kingdom? The king shot back with a query and asked the ascetic, if you say that it is my rice which has influenced your mind, you are living only within my kingdom because these forests are part of my kingdom. And therefore, somebody who serves you food when you beg also would be serving the same rice. How is that you have not been influenced when you take rice out of your begging bowl? The ascetic came back and replied, O king, remember, Shastras very clearly say, what is offered through charity, the offerings, if it is unlawful by the man who offers it, he will pay the price. But once it is offered to a recipient, the recipient remains unaffected by what has been offered to him. This is the dictum of Shastras, and therefore I remain unaffected. Acharyal concludes the following: food is a major influencing factor of our mind, and classifies food into three categories. Sattvic food, which makes us gentle and makes us strong and truthful. Rajasic food, which kindles our desires and anger. And Tamasic food, which allows us to remain lazy and sleepy. Acharyal also concludes two more important aspects. Says, the person who prepares the food is vital. His mind, his thought, his deeds, and his frame of action at the point of preparation of food matters. They directly impact the person who consumes the food. And also defilements like hair dropping into the food material. All these things are inauspicious and cast an indirect influence on the person who consumes such food. If you want a healthy mind, if you want a steady mind, if you want a focused and concentrated mind, one should take only sattvic food prepared by a sattvic mind. Shri Guru Pyo Namaha.